See why I missed the HK VP9? Yeah, that's why, right there. You know, over the past 9 years, I've had the opportunity to review a lot of guns, some of which have made a huge impact on me. And today, I'm gonna show you one of those guns over 8 years later, and this thing still impresses me. And no, it's not the HK VP9 SK, but it is related to the gun that I'm gonna show you right here. This, my friends, is, well, more than just foam and a book, the HK VP9. Now, 8 years ago, 8 freaking years ago, we reviewed the full-size VP9. From there, I actually traded it for my first AR-15. And since then, I've added the VP9 SK. This was probably, what, 7 years ago. And since then, I've never had another full-size VP9 in my collection. And so 8 years later, we're gonna take another look at this gun. I did get the long slide version this time, so it's a little bit different, but essentially the same gun, some of the same features. And I'm gonna tell you why even this older design is still one of the best pistols that you can buy in 2023, and why it's made such a huge difference to me and such a big impact to me personally. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, of course, it comes with a nice case. It's going to come with a book and all that kind of stuff, right? Let's get the gun out of here. Normally, I don't talk too much about this stuff, but it is going to come with 2 additional magazines. Let's get that out of there, an assist loader. And then I'm going to pull these back straps out. And so if you are familiar with the VP9, then you know why I'm doing this. If you're not, stick around. I'm going to show you something kind of cool with that. Either way, I'm going to show you some cool features. I'm going to show you some one-handed shooting. I'm going to show you how this thing did on the range after 8 years. My very first shots after 8 years with this gun. Literally bought it, next day took it to the range, did nothing to it. So let's see how good this gun really is after going cold for that long. So let's talk about some of the dimensions, then we'll get to some of the fun stuff, right? So it's a little over 8 inches long, 5.4 inches high. You got a barrel length of 5 inches and a weight of 27.16 ounces, I think, is what they have listed. Now, there's also a match version, which is a little bit bigger. Same mag capacity, but I believe the match is actually ported. It has a ported barrel. So if we take a look at this thing, essentially walking around the gun, you have a full-size pick rail up here. Again, 5-inch barrel. What's interesting is if you look at the barrel, there's an O-ring right there, and that aids in the lockup. So that helps for the barrel when it locks back up to make sure that it is precisely aligned to get the most amount of accuracy out of this gun. Now, they claim that some of the, I think they're the P30 barrels, have gone through like 90,000 rounds, right? So that is a ton. And HK is known for high quality, okay? They're not known for catering to the American market by any means, but they are known for making quality guns, and I don't think there's any doubt about that. Now, if we take a look at the rest of the gun, you can see you have lightning cuts here, and of course, like I said, it's not ported on this specific model. See why I missed the HK VP9? Yeah, that's why, right there.
All right, now this is my first shots. That's really nice.
Nice job. Yeah.
I really like their grips. Their grips are really nice.
Yeah, I haven't even customized it yet. And so, now if you like this type of content where I'm reviewing pistols, concealed carry guns, revisiting pistols after 8 long years, rifles, whole host of gun related content, make sure you subscribe right here. And if you want to further support me in what I do and see even more and get early access and a whole host of other awesome perks, join the channel down below, or you can actually become a patron as well and join our awesome community. Now let's get back to some of the rest of the incredible features on the VP9L. You have that front luminescent sight, which really picks up well in the daytime. The problem is it's not a night sight, okay? Not with this version at least. And then you have the blacked out rear. So the contrast there, at least in the daytime with good lighting, is incredible. Takedown lever right here, slide stop right here. Now they do make versions that are the like Americanized button as opposed to the paddle release right here. I personally like the paddle release, but I understand why a lot of American shooters don't, because we're just so used to hitting a button. Again, do this, you'll see right there. I just use my middle finger, boom, press that down. It's ambidextrous, obviously. So right or left-handed shooters can just, boom. Once you get that action down right there, you're good to go. You have this little polymer tab underneath the rear sight on either side, which aids in charging the gun. This one is optics ready. Front and rear slide serrations, although the fronts kind of double as those lightning cuts right there in the slide. Comes with two 20-round mags, and that's the way it looks right there. So the standard VP9 is going to come with 17-round mags. The long slide and the match version come with the 20s. Now here's one of the coolest parts about the VP9. It's this grip. Not only is it one of the most comfortable feeling guns in the hand, it's got just the perfect balance there of aggressiveness, but just soft on the skin, soft on your shirts and stuff. So it's not going to tear your skin up if you decide to carry this inside the waistband, okay? So it's got a really great feel, but where it really shines and why it shines as well is the customization that you can do on this grip. It's incredible. There's like 27 different configurations. Most companies will essentially just stick to the back strap. You could swap it out, that's fine, but that's it. VP9 series allows you to not only change the back strap, but also the side panels as well. So I'll show you that in a minute. Let's take a look at some of the other features. You have the striker indicator. You can see that red right there in the back. That's gonna go away whenever you actually drop the striker. It's got your ambidextrous slide stop or release if you want to use it like that. Over here on this side, it's attached to a little bar here. So it looks a little bit different on the right-hand side of the gun. The trigger is one of the most beautiful parts about this gun. I'm going to talk about that here in literally just a minute. Squared off trigger guard, undercut under the trigger guard, okay? Now, let me show you the customizations, the things you can do with this. So we got a little duct tape action. Now, one of these Wheeler kits are fantastic, dude. I'll leave a link and a discount code actually to these in the description if it's something you want to check out. It's got the brass side and the plastic side, right? And so we just have a little roll pin right here. We're gonna take this sucker and we're gonna knock it on through. This is gonna slide down, right? And so you have the channels there in the back, and they give you a couple of different back straps. You have the small, you have the larger one, and then the medium comes on it. I think I'm gonna change to the smaller one, but then we can take these and slide these off as well. Now let's say you wanted, I don't know, maybe a bigger one on the right side and a little bit smaller one on the left, or vice versa. You could do all that. So we have the side panels here. Just want to make sure you get those in the grooves. Boom, just like that. Do the same thing with the other side. Boom, just like that. Then we'll go with the smaller back strap and see how that does. Give it a little taparoo there. And before you put your pin back in there, you can make sure, okay, yeah, that feels pretty good to me. Trigger reach, much better, okay? So that's the way I'm gonna configure it. Boom, put it back down. We'll just drive the pin in, same way. Should have used a little bit bigger punch, but it's all good, right? So that's it. And this actually doubles as a lanyard loop as well, okay, right there on the back. So you can fully customize this to your heart's desire with the panels and stuff that they give you. That is pretty freaking cool. So as you can see with the SK version, it's the same way, right? You got the roll pin, you slide this out, you change this to whatever you want. As far as the size difference, I think I'll leave that mag out of there because it's obviously going to be longer. You can compare these. You can see how they used to do it. The luminescent sights used to be front and rear, okay? But now they just have them in the front, and they're a little bit different color maybe, or maybe mine on this gun have just faded over time. But regardless, you can see they're about the same profile there. The biggest difference that you're gonna find, obviously, the SK, all right, which is the one closest to y'all, has 10 rounds, while the long slide has 20, okay? And then of course, you know, once we put this mag in here, you'll really see the difference there. It's something I've really been hoping that H&K would kind of update over time and give us a single stack or a half stack where you can save some weight, retain most of the features like we had in the SK, but have a gun to compete with the Shield Plus and some of the other more popular guns like that. But of course, we haven't seen that just yet. Although on Patreon, me and one of the guys he shared an article with me. Maybe we have something like that coming out from them. I'm not really sure. But another awesome feature of this gun, something I really like. By the way, the plates are sold separately. They don't send you any plates to mount an optic. Just a little heads up there. But another awesome part about this gun is in the trigger. So, get to the wall, brakes. There's no question, it's predictable. I love that. These are the triggers that I shoot the best with. You know, is a predictable style trigger. Reset, boom. One more time, boom, wall, brakes. This gun shines at the range. Little one-handed shooting action for y'all. Something I told you I would start working on and I need to work on. All right, so we're gonna zero this thing out, see what it weighs with an empty mag. 1 pound, 11 ounces, right there. So just like they list, right at 27 ounces. If we compare that to the competition, the M&P competitor, look at that right there. As far as the length, essentially the same. The height's a little bit different there. They're a little bit different as far as the grip. And I think they list the match pistol as their main competition pistol now. But I don't think there's any denying that both of these pistols are designed, you know, for competition. I mean, hell, this one's called the Competitor. You know what I mean? So I thought it was pretty suiting to compare these two as far as size. And so what I did is I went a step further when we went to the range, and I made sure to shoot this one along with some others, which I have a video coming out on here very soon. So after 8 long years, the VP9 long slide, I'm so happy to have this in my collection. Y'all seen my very first shots after 8 years right out of the box, literally right out of the box. Didn't clean it, didn't lube it, nothing. And I was able to pick it up and start shooting it like I had been shooting it these whole 8 years. You know what I mean? I've shot the VP9 SK extensively, but I don't shoot it that often. You know what I mean? But I'm so happy to have another one of these, man. Not only just for this video, but for future videos where I can compare this gun, because it is an older design, but it's still, I think, HK's best-selling pistol and still one of my favorite pistols. And it stuck out to me so long because of all the features. I almost feel like when I got this gun, I was really starting to, I was just starting to come into myself as a decent shooter, right? It was one of those guns I was able to pick up, even though I didn't know a lot and I wasn't a great shooter by any means. I was able to pick this gun up and feel confidence. You know what I mean? Like, and so that spoke volumes to me. And I can remember trading this gun for that AR, not realizing the impact then that this gun had on me. And so I'd love to hear some of those, some of y'all, like the guns that have made an impact on you as a shooter, as a concealed carrier, for one reason or another, man. I think that's, I think it's kind of a cool journey, and it's cool to come back to this after all those years and just knock it out of the park with this thing. I felt so comfortable. As far as putting an optic on it, I think I'm gonna hold off for right now. Maybe grab one of the plates, and if I were to put something on there, it'd probably be maybe a 507 Holliston, something like that. So regardless, man, I think this is still as incredible as it was. I really wish HK would cater more to the American market, because they would kill it. They already do. With what they have, you know what I mean? There's such a strong following for these guys. I just wish we would see more from them, honestly, because I would probably buy almost everything they have, and be able to bring it to the table, because I just love their stuff. So the HK VP9 L, after all these years, still impresses me to this day. It's still one of the best shooting striker fire guns, in my opinion, out there. And I'm stoked to have another one, man. Love to hear from you guys that have been shooting the VP9. Maybe you've shot one over the past 8 years. How is yours doing? How is yours held up? That 90,000 round mark, I'm not obviously even close to that. But some of you guys that have been shooting it for a long time, let me know what you think, dude. Big thanks to you guys. If you want to support what I do and see more videos just like this, you can help me out through Patreon, or you can join this channel. Links are in the description. Big thanks. See you in the next one. And as always, hold 'em down. misses. That penis target is just swinging away. Let's get the competitor and try that one.